One of the first major stumbling blocks that we hit in our spiritual awakening is learning to be the villain in somebody else's story. And what do I mean by that? Well, there's two things that happen when we start to have a spiritual awakening. And the first one is that we have to tune in. And when we tune in, that means that we start to focus a lot on ourselves, right? And when we focus on ourselves, that means that we're not focusing on other people. Ergo, we become the villain in somebody's story because we're taking attention and time away from them and we're putting it on ourselves. And the second thing that happens when we do that is we start to see through other people because as we become more aware of ourselves and the places that we're putting attention that we shouldn't, and we start to see through masks and we start to see other people for what they are, we start to realize where we shouldn't be putting our attention and the things we shouldn't be doing and the places we shouldn't be investing. And we start to sort of separate and move away from things. And again, we become the villain in somebody's story. This sounds easy, right? Like, oh, well, I'm the villain in somebody's story. But people like us, again, we've spent a lifetime not being the villain in somebody else's story. We're the hero in their story, which often makes us the villain in our own, but that's another video. And we like that. And we're good at that. And we don't like being the villain in somebody's story. So it's a lot harder than you think it is. And it can really set you back when you realize that you suddenly become the villain in somebody's story. And they use this to pull you back, right? Because they want your time and they want your energy. And they can guilt trip you with this feeling like, hey, you're hurting me. Hey, you're doing me wrong. I need you. You've always done these things for me. Like, you're the villain now. So it can really, really stunt your growth spiritually to use this against you and for us to use it against ourselves. So this is something that you really need to sit back and think about is how am I going to handle becoming the villain in somebody else's story? So spend some time thinking about that and let me know what you think. How are you going to handle becoming the villain?